On your way to success, you have to act as if. As if. Hey guys, it's Bob Ferngren, and I'm back. And my heart, my desire, my prayer for you, if you're in your 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, or even beyond, live the best life. The second half of your life be better than the first half of your life. As if. As if. As if. When I first started getting this concept, I thought, oh, that's being fake. That's not being real. But what are humans if we don't have the ability to look at other successful people and learn from them and act as if we could be doing what they're doing? When you see somebody healthy, they're doing certain things, right? They're probably eating right. They're probably taking great supplements. They don't lie to themselves that they can get everything they need out of their food. That's a lie from Satan, by the way, in today's world. They are getting rest. They're doing the best they can at reducing stress, drinking lots of water, right? So they're already doing those things. So what do you have to do to be healthy? You have to act as if you're healthy. Act as if you're doing those things, right? You condition your mind, you condition your body, you condition your emotions to act as if you're already healthy. Now, you might be carrying 100 pounds of body fat on you, right? 100 pounds of body fat on you. But if your mindset is, that's not me, that's not who I am going to be that healthy person. You act as if, right? You want wealth. If you act like a poor person, what are you going to get? It doesn't matter if you do all those things that I talk about or other success coaches talk about. You have to act as if. How does a person who wants wealth act as if they're wealthy? Well, number one, they not only do those things, but as soon as they can, they improve their wardrobe. And I am not talking about spending thousands of dollars, but look at your wardrobe right now. Yeah, it's easier in this world to not, dress properly. I remember when people actually dressed up to go on airlines. It's now worse than people who get on a bus, And this isn't me about judging, but you know who you can tell are going to be wealthy or are wealthy? People who dress better. You get a nice pair of slacks as a guy, a nice shirt and a jacket. Heck, you can get those things at probably Target. Not great ones, not perfect ones, but you're acting as if you're better off. If you keep your car clean, keep it looking the best it can right now. While you're working on building your wealth, you're acting as if. If you're taking care of what you already have, what God has already given you, it may not be much right now, but that's because you have not earned the right to have a lot. And one of the ways you earn the right is to act as if you're going to take care of what you have, that you appreciate what you have. That could be very little. But if you want more, you have to act as if you're going to appreciate that. Act as if you're someone who's responsible with more. Act as if, every success teacher talks about this. In order to get whatever it is you want, you have to be in a position to be able to not only get it, but keep it. Look at lottery winners. They never had practices acting as if they were wealthy. And yet 90% of them are broke within a few years. Why? Because they don't know how to act as if they're wealthy. Act as if they can manage what they were given. Act as if they're going to take care of it. Act as if. Act as if. I remember as I was climbing the ranks in a certain company, this is 15, 20 years ago maybe. And you get to that certain rank, you're going to be making some great money. And so I obviously studied all the people that were at that rank. It wasn't about copying someone, but they acted in a certain way that was different than people that weren't there. So all I had to do was start acting as if I was already there. That was my posture. I wasn't acting better than anybody. I was just acting as if I was already in that company. It was called Diamond, was the level to reach, where you were making the top dollar. And back when I was several layers lower than that, I acted as if I was already a diamond. I acted responsible, how I treated people. And guess what? Not only did I become a diamond, I became a platinum. And guess what? I made over $200,000 a month, many months, over $2 million a year for multiple years. I'm not better. I give God all the glory for that. If your relationship suck and you want your relationships to be better, let's say with your spouse, act as if you're a great wife. How would a great wife act and treat her husband and treat her family? Well, that's how you act. Act as if you're a great dad, a great husband. Act as if until it becomes who you are. Act as if you're already successful. It's not like you become successful, then you'll act in certain ways. You act as if it's already there, not arrogantly, not boastfully, not pridefully, but you act as if. You carry yourself that way. You do the things that other successful people do. When you do what other successful people do, and you do it consistently with conviction, with all the things that are necessary, you too will become successful. How could it not? If it worked for that person, if I just do what they're doing and I do it consistently with belief and conviction, how could I not get the same results or even better? Act as if.